What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tech Reacts, where every beat counts. My name is Matt Tech. Look, the time has come. The time has come. I was going to wait to do this, but Dwayne here decided to pop it to the top of the list, and I'm going to honor Dwayne because I said that if anybody donates 5 coffees or $25 with a suggestion, I guarantee a reaction within 2 weeks of that donation. So here we go. Greatest show on earth. Now, before we begin, and you notice I'm standing up today. I need the energy today. Also, I just drank half of this, and it is full of Dubby's Galaxy Grenade Jitterless Energy Blend. Energy straight from coffee beans. No maltodextrin, no artificial dyes, no artificial colors, no junk. Just good stuff. As you can see, if you use the code TECH at w.gg, you get 20% off. Now, the 20% off is only through the end of September. So if you're watching this and it's still September, it's still 20%. Beginning October 1st, that goes back down to a 10% discount. So I would utilize that code real quick. So I've drank half of that. I'm gonna have one more swig right here because this is a lengthy one, y'all. This is 21 minutes. I looked to see who has reacted to this I haven't watched the videos, but I've seen some of those videos are like an hour. I really don't want to make this an hour, but just in case it is and it captivates me that much, I've got the energy to do so. Now, here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to talk about the evolution thing because those of you guys who have been around the channel for long enough know my views, especially for those of you who have watched the Perfume of the Timeless reaction, and there was a lot of engagement in the comment section there. There's a pin post in there that highlights what my views are. So I'm going to leave that standalone as it is. If you do wish to engage in a conversation, y'all, I'm open for it. I would invite you to do so. And if you want to have a one-on-one discussion about your view and my view, and if you would like to respectfully communicate why you believe what you believe and you think that that's worth me hearing, I'm open to hearing about it. I would invite you to do it in one of a couple of ways to make sure that I hear everything, because the comment section can get a little bit toxic. And it can get a little bit crazy, and sometimes I miss comments. So you can do that a couple ways. You can either email me. I'll put my email address somewhere over here. You can also join the Discord, add me as a friend, and we can have a private discussion in the chat feature of Discord. I'm even open to making a Discord chat in like a chat topic inside of the Tech Reacts Discord specifically for this song. So here we go. It's long, so I'm going to get started. I'm going to try not to pause for every little thing. What I do want to make commentary on, though, is I do want to make commentary on the music. Now, I think it's important to state up front, yes, I'm a Christian, and my views of evolution don't exactly align with Nightwish's views, or even maybe some of your views of evolution. But I do think that it is important to state that if you're a Christian watching this, it's okay to enjoy secular music as long as you feel it doesn't have any negative effect on your spiritual life. I'm grounded in my faith. I know what I believe, which is why I can do these reactions, and it doesn't affect what I believe. I know what I believe, and I know why I believe what I believe, and I'm prepared to explain why I believe what I believe. So I think it's important to state that secular music does not negatively affect my spirituality, my life, my standards, my principles whatsoever, so I can watch it for the sheer enjoyment, and that's the plan going into this song. This is going to be an enjoyable experience for everybody, and I want to make note of the composition. I want to make note of all the things, right? I mean, if something comes up I can't control, it's going to come up, right? But my goal is to not create an evolutionary debate. If you want to have that, I'd love to have a conversation with you in one of those other ways. But here we go. We're going to jump right in. This is Nightwish, the greatest show on earth, with Richard Dawkins, and I should state up front, I have read Dawkins' God Delusion. I also have read The Greatest Show on Earth back in my atheist days. I've read, you know, Darwin's Origin of Species. I've read all the things, right? So I know what this is going to be talking about going into it. I'm more interested in the music. So here we go. This is The Greatest Show on Earth with Richard Dawkins. This is live from, this is on Nightwish's channel from 4 years ago at Wembley 2015. Here we go. That's cool. Sounds like D minor. The saddest of all keys. The chords are really pretty. Cool. Oh man. That was cool. Dang, dude. Okay, have they ever performed this with a live symphony before? Like Metallica S&M style? This would be epic with a live symphony behind them. Did you hear that French horn glissando? That was freaking cool, dude. Oh gosh. Oh, there's movements or chapters. Okay. That's beautiful. There she is. Oh, cool. Oh, let's go. Oh, yeah.
After sleeping through 100 million centuries, we have finally opened our eyes on a sumptuous planet, sparkling with color, bountiful with life. Within decades, we must close our eyes again. Isn't it a noble and enlightened way of spending our brief time in the sun? To work at understanding the universe and how we have come to wake up in it.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about chapter 1, 4.6. 4.6. What is the significance of that number? I don't know if I know what that means, 4.6. I feel like it's from the book, but it's like 20 years ago when I read the book. Or 15 years, something years ago when I read the book. I don't remember. 4.6. Anyway, the chord progression in that first chapter was extraordinarily beautiful. It was very ethereal in nature. But then sometimes he'd throw in a chord that's like, this doesn't fit, but it's not supposed to. Like he throws in this kind of dissonant off chord or even note real quick, whether that note is like a harmonic seventh or something like that. It's a little bit of an accidental inside of the scale itself, just to kind of make you like get lost in it for a second, but then, as to say that even in the beautiful nature of creation, which they're talking about, there are flaws, right? And Dawkins himself, so I guess we'll talk about this for a second, to that point of some of those kind of those ugly notes, I guess, that are put into this first part of the composition on purpose. Like even Dawkins himself does point out that believing in evolution can definitely come across a little arrogant because it doesn't really account for or even express concern about the suffering that results from natural selection, right? Some species survive and a lot of others don't. And there's a violent nature to it, right? So maybe that's what it's trying to communicate in this as well. Of just like making the ugliness of that truth part of their truth that they're trying to express, right? That, at least that's what I take away. I didn't watch any interviews or anything ahead of time to get into Tuomas's head about this, but okay, so now let's get ready for chapter 2 as they kick it into high gear. Oh my gosh. Ooh, Marco's bass part's awesome. I like that.
The cosmic law of gravity pulled the real forms around the fire. Careless cold infinity in every vast direction.
Oh, dude, this it's got a very like Symphony of Destruction type of vibe right here.
Infinity every fast direction. The only pharaoh in the Goldilocks zone, she has exhaled to exhale. From the stellar nursery into a carbon feast, enter Luca, the tapestry of chemistry. There's a writing in the garden, leading us to the mother of all. We are one, we are universe.
Oh my gosh, he sings?
There's what will be, science of the Ligonian Sea. Chaos flash right in the tide of our soul. Day to day, new opening for the greatest show on earth. Violet shadows welcoming the outside world.
Whoa.
The stuff of stars. Getting the tree of a biological holding. Enter the tapestry of chemistry. There's a writing in the garden, leading us to the mother of all. We are one, we are universe. For there's a what will be, science of the Ligonian Sea. Chaos fast right down the tide of our soul. A day-to-day new opening for the greatest show on earth.
Whoa. Nice. Oh, that was ooh. That transition was cool. I want to hear that kind of that was neat. Yeah, dude. Let's go, Kai.
We are here to care for the garden, the wonder of earth, of every form most beautiful. Every form most beautiful. Are one.
Man, the chunkiness and the tone of that guitar is insane, dude. It is so thick.
Are one, we are a universe. Forebears of what will be, science of the Devonian Sea. Hey, your stars right in the tide of our soul. A day-to-day new opening for the greatest show on earth.
Ooh. Still the same chapter. Nice. Isn't she great? Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. Whoa, dude. That chapter took you for a ride. That was crazy, dude. Yeah, so this like part in the red kind of speaks to what I was talking about earlier. The ugly, chaotic side of evolution or creation, however you look at it, right? Because there's a destructive side to either, you know, because things go boom and you know, whether you believe whatever you believe, there's still like a cosmic violence to how things come into being. Very interesting. Okay, that was cool. That was super, super cool. Okay, I'm going to go back just a skosh to transition right into chapter 3. Is called the Toolmaker. I get it. Going back to your primitive state. Oh my gosh. That synth part is killer.
A single one of your fathers died young. The handy travelers out of Africa. Literacy of the 84. You break from fantasy to idolatry, to self-destructive weaponry. Until they gotta get deep within the past, out of his secret of the hunted.
Oh,
Enter Ionia, the cradle of thought, the architecture of understanding, the human lust to feel, so exceptional to rule the earth. Hunger for shiny rocks, for giant mushroom clouds, their will to do as you'd be done by. Enter history, the Illuminati, enter rat kind.
I've heard this rat kind thing before, but I don't actually know what it means. And maybe it's from like one of the books. I feel like it is, but maybe you guys can help me out. I don't fully understand like what the rat kind thing is at the moment. Everything they just said about like hunger for shiny rocks and like atomic clouds, that's a problem. That's a problem. Humans hunger for, well, I mean, essentially they're talking about like the human instinct for wealth and power, right? I mean, and there's a whole spiritual significance to that draw as well that we can again talk about offline. But that part's, I agree with that.
That's a rat kind. He took his time in the sun, and he dreamed to understand a single grain of sand. He gave thought to poetry, but wonder seems to be bring the last light of memory.
What a composition. Cool. That augmented, dreamy state. Yeah. Now it's diminished. A harpsichord? Okay. What was that?
Took his time in the sun, had a dream to understand a single grain of sand. He gave birth to poetry, but one day ceased to be. With the last night of the library. Now he took his time in the sun, had a dream to understand a single grain of sand. He gave birth to poetry, but one day ceased to be. With the last night of the library. Will you sing with us? We were here.
Cool.
We were here. Raise your voices up on the balconies and down here, everybody, as loud as you can. We were here. A big one coming. We were here.
I do like this idea of the "we were here" thing, kind of like in school where you would mark your locker or your desk, like Matt was here, Tech was here, right? Sonny and Cher were here, like whatever it is, and how they're showing a lot of like beautiful culturally different things around the globe in the background pictures, and all the diversity of people and colors and races all in the background. But then it's like universally saying we were here, like we've made our mark upon the earth. We made kind of a bad mark in the last chapter, obviously, but now we're ending Toolmaker with, hey, we've actually made a good mark as well. Poetry and library, the written word, all that stuff. So I like kind of that unison agreement of we were here and we actually created something beautiful together, even though there was a little bit of destruction involved along the way.
And the last one. We were here.
Awesome. That was cool, dude. Take a breath, Twamos. You still got 2 more to go, dude. Wait, do they? Oh.
We are going to die, and that makes us the lucky ones. Most people are never going to die because they're never going to be born. The potential people who could have been here in my place, but who will in fact never see the light of day, outnumber the sand grains of Sahara. Certainly those unborn ghosts include greater poets than Keats, scientists greater than Newton. We know this because the set of possible people allowed by our DNA so massively exceeds the set of actual people. In the teeth of these stupefying odds, it is you and I, in our ordinariness, that are here. We privileged few who won the lottery of birth against all odds. How dare we whine at our inevitable return to that prior state?
This part's really interesting. I can already see the comment section blowing up. If you just take the words he stated between right here and where I just stopped, that could be an effective political ad for pro-life. I'm just saying. I'm a Christian, so you know where I stand on this. I might have a different view as a Christian than some of your maybe stereotypical Christian friends on that very sensitive topic. But if you listen to these words again, these words are extremely important. And if you were to put it into that context, makes 100% sense. Listen to these words again.
We are going to die, and that makes us the lucky ones. Most people are never going to die because they're never going to be born. The potential people who could have been here in my place, but who will in fact never see the light of day, outnumber the sand grains of Sahara. Certainly those unborn ghosts include greater poets than Keats, scientists greater than Newton. We know this because the set of possible people allowed by our DNA so massively exceeds the set of actual people.
Last thing I'll say, how much more beauty, how much more art, how much more potential science, discovery, cures, how much more joy may have eliminated, to use a lighter term, out of a large portion of those circumstances are out of convenience, when we all know how those circumstances arise. I'm not talking about the fractional circumstances. I'm talking about the larger circumstances in which these procedures take place. What he just said here is very beautiful. Look, at me in the comments, that's all fine. You knew coming into this I'm a Christian. I believe that every life from womb to tomb is treasured. And if you're going to unsubscribe because of that, that's fine. I would prefer to have a discussion on how, neither party has a good policy prescription for either side. But the middle is where we can come to an agreement, and I would love to have a conversation around that. But those words are very, very, very important. Let's continue.
In the teeth of these stupefying odds, it is you and I, in our ordinariness, that are here. We privileged few who won the lottery of birth against all odds. How dare we whine at our inevitable return to that prior state, from which the vast majority have never stirred?
I want those pants. So I assume this is how they end the shows. So epic. Oh, there he is. I was wondering if he was actually going to be there because we didn't see him all throughout the video.
Thus, from the war of nature, from famine and death, The most exalted object which we are capable of conceiving, namely the production of the higher animals, directly follows. There is grandeur in this view of life, with its several powers originally breathed into a few forms or into one. And that whilst this planet has gone cycling on according to the fixed law of gravity, from so simple a beginning, endless forms most beautiful and most wonderful have been and are being evolved.
Let's make sure we hit the word evolved a little harder next time, I think. Oh well, anyway. Look, that was cool. It's been 37 minutes since we started this recording. That was cool, dude. The composition of this song is incredible, right? I mentioned at the beginning, like, I can disagree about the substance of the song all day, but that does not remove the sheer it does not take away at all the massive amount of respect that I have for Nightwish and Tuama specifically. And here's why. I think it's important and I think it's honorable and noble that you are confident in what you believe enough that you're willing to share it with literally tens and hundreds of millions of people through your music and your influence and your reach. There are people like myself who do not agree with their view of how the world began and came in and has how it came into being and how it's evolved, to use a word, into what it is today. But notice I'm not listening to Nightwish's music. I love their music. There are a lot of bands that I've been reacting to on this channel, and there are a lot of bands that I have listened to in my lifetime that I absolutely adore and love and still listen to today that have nothing to do with Christianity whatsoever. And that's okay. I also think that if you are a Christian and you decided to do the same type of production, the same level of production, and you communicate the complete opposite view on biblical creation, and you put that out for hundreds of millions of people to consume and enjoy, that is equally as noble, and that's equally as courageous. So, I love the music. I love the band. The composition was extraordinary. And there are some parts in the song lyrically that I do agree with. 90% of it I don't, but that's okay. That doesn't keep me from being able to enjoy the music. I'm going to listen to this again. It's going to be added to my Nightwish playlist because I think it's a tremendous song. And I would hope that this is a great lesson that we don't have to agree with everybody to get along with each other. But that if we can take a place of understanding each other's viewpoints, it would be a pretty boring world if we all believed the same thing. Do you agree? I think that there's value in differing viewpoints. I think there's value in differing opinions. But I think there's more value in people of differing opinions coming together at the table to understand each other's viewpoints and opinions and still respect each other coming out of the conversation. So that's all I'll say about that. Tremendous song. Incredible. Worth the hype, right? Kind of wish I'd have done it sooner. Thank you, Dwayne, for bringing it to the top of the list. If you want your suggestion brought to the top of the list, you can do what Dwayne did. You can purchase 5 coffees. It's $25. And I guarantee a reaction to that suggestion within 2 weeks of that donation. The energy for this video was supplied by our friends over at Dubby, Again, w.gg, 20% off with the code TECH only through the month of September. Starting in August, that goes back down to 10% discount. My favorite flavor so far, Push and Punch. But they do have a new one called Dub Sauce. I think that just came out. I'll try to put a graphic up here. I just ordered that as well, so really looking forward to it. But these two are tremendous. All right, guys, let me know what you think. So we've done Greatest Show on Earth. I feel like we hit the climax, but there's so much more Nightwish to do. They got the new album coming out, all that stuff. But until the new album comes out, what are the other Nightwish? I went through my generals list, at least for the most part. Now I feel like I'm just kind of relying on all of you guys down in the comment section, or if you do what Dwayne did, we can do that way as well. So let me know what the next Nightwish is, guys. Until then, take care and God bless you guys.